All right, Cody going to look here at 6 instead. Had an island to start things off here. Second island now. Chris only had Verdant Catacombs on turn 1. He didn't have any sort of not acceleration, but he didn't have any sort of disruption on turn 1 with either Thoughtseize or Inquisition, of course. Chris here sacrificing another Marshfelt on his second turn here. There is a Grim Flayer. Tiebinder Mage gonna lock down that Grim Flayer. It's a good use of Tiebinder Mage. I mean, again, unfortunately, it's not super likely that it's gonna matter because I imagine Chris has some sort of way to get rid of this Tiebinder Mage pretty easily. He's going into his turn 3 here, so Liliana of the Veil is an option. I think he just drew a Fatal Push. He's got choices here, so. Godless Shrine will be the land. He also has Abrupt Decay as a fire off here, so down goes Tidebinder Mage, and we're back to Cody. Picks up the good old turn 4 Aether Vial. That's when you want it. He's going to play it, it looks like. If you're expecting a long game, sure, go ahead, but it's... And then a Mara Regery comes down afterwards, so he's got a creature again. Verdant Catacombs. Again, sacrificed down to 17. Grimflayer is untapped now, of course. We only have 2 card types in the graveyard for Chris. We have land and instant with the Abrupt Decay and his multitude of fetch lands. There's the basic forest. So Chris here at 17. What do we have here on turn 3? Fatal Push is a good place to start. Sure. He also has Lingering Souls, it looks like, to follow that up. There's going to be an attack here for 2 that Cody can't do anything about, so he falls to 18. Chris will get a trigger here with his Grimflayer. Going to get to look at the top 3, put any number into his graveyard, and the rest back on top of his deck in any order. It's going to go ahead, put them all in the graveyard. It looks like a pair of lands and a Noble Hierarch, so Lingering Souls will turn on Delirium. Goyf is good, though, as well. Goyf here... Creature, land, instant. That's it? Yeah. So it's a 3-4. Sure. There's another island. Here's a Kira Great Glass Spinner. A little bit late, but yeah. We'll bring up Kira. This card really only played in Merfolk, so... The legendary 2/2 Flying Spirit for 3 mana. Creatures you control have, whenever this creature becomes the target of a spell ability for the first time in a turn, counter that spell or ability. That does also counter your own abilities, which is sometimes of note. So here is a Lingering Soul. Is going to add Sorcery to the graveyard. It's going to grow the Goyf to a 4/5. It's also going to turn on Delirium for the Grim Flare, which is huge. So this is going to be a decently sized attack here for 8. That Cody, I don't feel is in a spot where he wants to block, but yep, just gonna go ahead and take it. So Cody here at 10, another Grim Flayer trigger. Gonna look at the top 3 cards. We're gonna put Shelling Vent into the graveyard. Again, gonna have a look at Kira there to make sure he is aware of what it does. You gotta have 2 kill spells to get rid of that thing. Chris here tanking on these two cards. All right, he's going to keep them both on top of the deck. And we're back to Cody here. He puts his vial on 2. Going to activate the vial. He's going to bring into play a Silvergill Adept and draw a card. Four mana is Master of Waves. Yes, it is. 1, 2, 3, 4 elementals going to come along with it here. I just don't know if that's I mean, the elementals are good at blocking. I will give it that. They're very good at getting in front of things like Tarmogoyf here, and even the Grimflayer. They're just totally disposable, so you're not really that upset if you lose them. However, if Chris has again another Fatal Push here, it's gonna make things really bad for Cody. Well, I guess not true because Cody now has Kira to block that first Fatal Push. Chris again gonna read Kira here. You need 2 spells, Chris. 2 spells. Countered. Yeah, we got it though. Chris figured out how Kira works. He doesn't need to sacrifice the land. I don't know why he's doing that. He doesn't need to do that. You can always target the Master of Waves with Fatal Push. That doesn't matter. So I don't know why he's sacrificing. He doesn't need to have Revolt turned on. Doesn't matter. You don't need Revolt. You can always target it. Just fizzle. Kira will counter it though. And then Path gets to resolve. I'm not sure if maybe something's being explained. It looks like he has Vapor Snag, so okay. He's gonna Vapor Snag his own Master of Waves. He goes to 9. That doesn't feel good still though. I mean, like, you're gonna be attacked down to 7, and you're gonna be forced to block probably both these creatures. Oh, not sure. Kira has flying. I forgot about that, but this is gonna be what, 5 damage being taken by Cody. So Cody falls to 4. Chris gets another activation or another trigger of his Grimflayer. Unless he forgets it, which he did not. Chris, man, it takes 2 spells to kill stuff. Get rid of Blooming Marsh. So he can replay Master for 3. Okay, he will do that. So he can double block the Flare, take 2, block the Spirit with Kira, chump block the Goyf. Scavenging is good. Is this going to turn off Delirium? Oh, he's not attacking. Okay, weird. I don't know about that. I feel like just getting this game over with. Like, make Cody use his blockers up. He can't... Like, I guess he could control block the Goyf if you wanted to get rid of it, but like, that doesn't seem good. I guess he had a Vial, but he only had 1 card in hand, so that'd be exactly a creature that costs whatever the Vial was on. There's a Mara Regery that only right now affects the Master of Waves. Chris does not have Delirium anymore. He has Instant Creature Land. So currently Grimflayer is a 2/2, and Goyf did shrink as well. There's a Master of the Pearl Trident. That'll let him tap or untap something. Chris is going to go ahead and eat the other Mara Regery out of the graveyard. He'll gain a life, and yeah, Cody just passes the turn back. He didn't even bother with the trigger on the first Reejerey. Just didn't matter. Blooming Marsh, sure. Why not? Oh, that's why I used the mana. Sure. Why not? Abrupt Decay can't be countered, so Kira doesn't matter there. Cody falls to 1. He doesn't have an out here, so he's just dead. And let's head to a game 2. I don't know what you're counting. Turn them all sideways. Sure, get them in there. Okay, we'll put Grimflare in front of Reejerey. Skoos is going to eat something, and Cody just says, yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm still just dead, so. All right, so we're going to head to game 2. Cody going to be on the play here again. He's down a game. He's got to win. These guys, Cody is X and 1. Chris is our only undefeated player at this moment, so he wins this, he's going to win the night. He'll end up 5-0, undisputed there, so going to take first no matter what. If Cody wins, it makes a whole bunch of 4-1s, so it'll kind of throw the math off. But we'll have to see. Chris looking at sideboard options there. I saw a Pithing Needle amongst them. Sure, I can turn off Aether Vial. Sure. Can also turn off Mutavault, which is nice. Prevent it from becoming a creature. Still makes mana, of course. You can't stop those abilities with Pithing Needle, but you get to stop the Become a Creature ability, which is not irrelevant at all. Cody playing 2 different types of lords that can boost that Mutavault thanks to both the Master of Waves and his multiple Merfolk lord choices. Cody, the one thing, I mean, I guess his hand wasn't great. He didn't do anything for the first 2 turns, which is really, really bad for Merfolk. Merfolk is full of 2-drops, especially. So to have nothing on turns 1 or 2 is really rough. The 1-drop, not always going to be a guarantee. He does have 4 Aether Vials and 4 Curse Catchers, I imagine. So he does have some options for turn 1, but not nearly as many as he has for turn 2. And when he just passes turn 2, he didn't keep the best hand, likely. So that's where things get a little bit dicey. All right, these players shuffling up. Gonna look at 7. All right. All right, so turn one we have a Curse Catcher this time. Chris also has a turn one play here, though. He has a Noble Hierarch off his Forest, so pretty good start. There's a Tiebinder Mage. Going to lock down Chris's good start there and bring Chris to 19 with the attack from Curse Catcher. So Chris's expedited start there with the extra mana going to be a little bit stifled here. Chris here could have a copy again of Abrupt Decay as he fetches up his Swamp. Tiebinder is very, very good in this matchup. So Fatal Push gets rid of it just the same though, so that's not bad. Yeah, it does. It plays around the Curse Catcher, of course, having the Fatal Push, which is nice. So okay, there's a Mutavault. That's going to bring down a second Curse Catcher. Okay. Another attack for one brings Chris to 17. Chris going to untap here. Picks up, I believe, that's a Thoughtseize. Windswept Heath. And 2 mana is going to be a Grim Flayer, so that's a good one. That is a good one. Makes the most of Exalted. Having Trample makes it pretty good. Here is a sacrifice of a Fatal Push. Or sorry, of a Windswept Heath rather. Sorry for Chris. What is he getting with this? Sure, some sort of land to Goyf. Cody has Remand though. Interesting. I didn't know Merfolk played Remand. So Chris tutored up, or fetched up rather, a Godless Shrine to do that, so he is at 14. I mean, still in an okay spot here. Grim Flayer checks both of these Curse Catchers. However, not once Cody plays out that Lord of Atlantis in his hand he has. Second Mutavault. Man, Epiphany would be great on Mutavault right now. There's that Lord of Atlantis like we talked about, so these Curse Catchers now a pair of 2/2s get to come in for 4. Chris will take that and fall to 10. Only has 2 types. And he has Pithing Needle as well. Woo. Cody potentially missing a bit of extra damage there. He could have turned on his Mutavault, maybe a 3/3 and attacked. Yeah, I don't think Remand's good, but I didn't even know Merfolk played it. Pithing Needle, maybe Mutavault. Well, Chris has to have it resolved first, so Cody will respond by turning on Mutavault. I'll see if I can get confirmation on what he named. No, my spot